If you run AI agents with Google MCP Toolbox, or expose ComfyUI for image generation workflows, check patch status now. The practical risk is not theoretical AI hype, it is unauthorized tool execution, server-side requests into internal networks, OAuth audience confusion, stored browser script execution, and path traversal around model or workflow files. Upgrade fixed versions and reduce exposure before these tools sit behind production data. The lead item is Google MCP Toolbox. NVD lists several CVEs and versions through 1.4.0. CVE 2026-14537 is high severity and affects the direct HTTP API tool invocation endpoint. In vulnerable versions, an unauthenticated attacker may invoke tools that were intended to be protected by the scope-required feature. For an agent platform, tool invocation is a security boundary. A tool may query data, call APIs, modify tickets, or trigger business workflows. Treat any exposed MCP endpoint like an application control plane, not like a simple chat interface. Two more MCP Toolbox issues matter for cloud and enterprise deployments. CVE 2026-14540 is high-severity server-side request forgery in generic HTTP source and tool components. The defensive concern is whether tool parameters can cause back-end requests to internal services, metadata endpoints, or private APIs. CVE 2026-14541 is high-severity authentication bypass and audience confusion in the Google OAuth provider when MCP support is enabled without an explicitly defined audience or client ID. The fixed path is to upgrade to a corrected release, verify the Google pull request guidance, define expected OAuth audiences, and add network egress allow lists around agent infrastructure. The second cluster is ComfyUI, a popular node-based diffusion model GUI, API, and backend. NVD lists multiple high-severity issues fixed in ComfyUI 0.28.0. CVE 2026-56670 and CVE 2026-56672 involve serving uploaded or user-controlled SVG and HTML content in ways that can create stored cross-site scripting in the ComfyUI origin. CVE 2026-56671 and CVE 2026-56673 involve filename handling paths that can allow traversal outside expected model or workflow directories. These issues are especially important where ComfyUI is shared by teams, exposed through tunnels, or connected to valuable model weights, credentials, or browser sessions. There is also a Chrome AI component CVE worth noting. CVE 2026-17991 is listed by NVD as critical for Google Chrome before 151.0.7922.72. It is described as insufficient validation of untrusted input in the AI component that could potentially contribute to sandbox escape after renderer compromise. For most viewers, the action is simple: update Chrome and managed browser fleets, then confirm enterprise policies actually deploy the patched version across Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Android, iOS, and Chrome OS where applicable. Today's defensive checklist: upgrade Google MCP Toolbox, ComfyUI to 0.28.0, and Chrome to 151.0.7922.72 or later, block unauthenticated access to MCP and ComfyUI endpoints, require OAuth audience and client ID checks, place agent tools behind explicit authorization, restrict egress to approved destinations, keep cloud metadata services unreachable from AI tool runners, treat uploaded SVG and HTML as dangerous content, and audit recent tool invocations, OAuth configuration changes, and model file access. Sources are in the description. This is a defensive briefing only, with no exploit commands, payloads, or attack chain walkthroughs.